T. Burleigh and the arrangements of spirituals of Harry T. Burleigh. In particular, today we're going to explore a spiritual entitled By and By. So I'm thrilled to be with you and look forward to just sharing in this time together. Let's begin like we normally do with some physical motion here and breathing so that we can be ready to go. So just take your hands, if you don't mind, and just reach up and stretch and exhale as you do this. And inhale it back in through your nose. Yeah, let's do that again. Exhale out through your mouth. And inhale it back in. And if you want to reach in front of you and behind you, palms facing out, soaring like an eagle or a hawk, and bring those arms back together. One more time in the same direction, exhaling. Great, let's inhale in. And let's go in the other direction. Exhale it out. And one more time, inhale it in. And exhale it out. Great, give yourself a nice big hug here. Fantastic. Yeah, I see my dad's listening this morning, watching this morning. Good to see you too, Dad. Glad you're out there taking part in the show today. And everybody else that's listening, feel free to chime in also. You're going to notice as you're stretching here a little bit, things are a little different today because of the 4th holiday. Ethan, we've given him some time off here, so I'm running the stream all by myself. Watch out. Who knows what's going to happen today? So let's take a moment here to get our voices ready here along with our breathing. So we're going to use an SH and then just come down with pitch. So go shh, shoo, 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 and shoo, 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 shoo. Breathe. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Two more. Shoo, 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 shoo. Shoo, 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 shoo. Great. Inhale through your nose. Exhale that back out. Inhale again. And exhale that out. Great. Let's do one more vocalese this morning because it's such a lovely day. We haven't done this one in a while. It's an arpeggio. Take your hands as you sing and just gesture with a graceful gesture of, oh, what a lovely day. Here we go. Oh, what a lovely day. 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 Two more. Oh, what a lovely day. One more. Oh, what a lovely day. And just inhale through the nose and exhale out. Great. So our poetry today comes from Georgia Douglas Johnson. I'm going to bring my other MacBook over here. Love sharing her poetry with you. As you recall, writer of the Harlem Renaissance. She was a published author both as a poet and as a novelist, and wrote essays and lived a very unique life as a multiracial woman during that time, growing up in Georgia and then moving to Washington, D.C. So she was always kind of on the in-betweens of the cultures that she represented, which made life challenging for her at times. This one is entitled Quest. Quest by Georgia Douglas Johnson. The phantom happiness I sought, o'er every crag and moor, I paused at every postern gate and knocked at every door. In vain I searched the land and sea, e'en to the inmost core. The curtains of eternal night descend, my search is o'er. And this comes from her book of poems called The Heart of a Woman and Other Poems. Again, quest, she's always on this journey for acceptance, this journey for truth, and really speaks her existence very powerfully in the words that she's written. So I want to introduce you to By and By, and this is where things will be a little bit different than normal. In order to share the words with you, I'm going to share my screen. So I'm going to go away to a very small corner of the screen here. And now you're going to see kind of behind the scenes as though I'm playing, you know, a PowerPoint here. So this spiritual begins with the refrain. And this refrain comes back 3 times. So let me sing this with you. You heard it a moment ago on the way in. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. So you see, we sing that same thing twice. The first time it's full voice, full volume, and the second time it's a little more internal, softer dynamic, and a little more personal. Would you sing that with me here? We're gonna breathe in. 1, 2, go. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Now when we get to the verses, you'll notice the second and the fourth line has that same response. So this is almost a call and a response within a solo. I'll sing, I know my robe's going to fit me well. Then you'll join me. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. I've tried it on at the gates of hell. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. So let's do that again. You're welcome to sing the whole verse with me, or just come in on the second and the fourth lines, which is just repeating the last part of the refrain. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I know my robe's going to fit me well. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. I tried it on at the gates of hell. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. Now you know what's coming. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Okay, now we'll go to the second verse, which is the same melody as the first. I'll sing it for you. Oh, some of these mornings bright and fair, I'm going to lay down my heavy load. Going to take my wings and cleave the air. I'm going to lay down my heavy load. So let's do that verse again. You'll notice in the verses, the load is my heavy load. In the refrain, it's I'm going to lay down this heavy load. So again, the idea of personal, about my own personal struggle, and then in the refrain about the corporate struggle of all the enslaved Africans, our whole culture who was oppressed and discriminated against for that time period. So second verse, it comes in on the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, and oh, some of these mornings bright and fair, I'm going to lay down my heavy load. One, take my wings and cleave the air. I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Now one more time the refrain. Oh, by and by, by and by, I'm going to lay down this heavy load. Oh, by and by, heavy load. And that's how that one works. So thanks for singing with me today and for exploring these wonderful spirituals of my tradition. I hope to come back and do this again at another time. But what we're going to transition to for the rest of the weekend are songs of love and then songs that reflect our country. One of the things I like to say, folks, is that, you know, as a Black American, I love America and the flag just as much as anybody. I love this country. This is my home. I don't love how this country has always treated my people, but I love this country. And so I want to share a few things with you this weekend that are different takes on some familiar tunes, some other words that provide even more inclusion into the America that we know and love, as well as celebrate our 11th wedding anniversary. So I hope you'll join me tomorrow for a Friday edition. We'll sing a little You Go to My Head. And then Saturday, we'll sing a little Misty. And then Sunday, who knows what I have in store. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.